Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Today we're going to be discussing the energy that will be prominent this week beginning today, which is the 20th of September and going through the weekend. As you can see, I am at one of my favorite places on earth, Rivershire. I thank my hosts for allowing me to stop in today to produce this video, most importantly because this week, today, we have a full moon in Pisces at anaretic degrees, and I thought, what better place than Riverside to be able to channel some messages that may be helpful to some of you. So let's get started. As I mentioned, today we have a full moon in Pisces. So this is a very emotional time. It's at anaretic degrees, so it's really expanding on that Piscean energy. And also the health axis, health and well-being axis. So we're being asked to make some adjustments. Now, in addition to this, the planet Neptune, which is also in Pisces, is really close to this full moon. And as we've discussed before, Neptunian energy can be, it can leave you feeling a bit foggy or uncertain. And also, this full moon is in harmony with Pluto and Capricorn. So with all of that going on, this full moon can feel pretty dreamy and also intense. So on a 3D level, watch for being overwhelmed with a lot of things that are coming at you or circumstances in your sphere that maybe not yours, it may not be yours. And if you do get overwhelmed, take a step back, take it easy. If you're overly emotional, again, Pisces, water sign, if you feel like you're being emotional, allow that emotional energy to be like this water and flow through you and take away from you the things that no longer align with you for your greatest good. On a 5D level, Pisces is very compassionate. So if you are compassionate first with yourself and second for those that are around you and their circumstances, that's a good thing to focus on today. Also, your intuition is very strong in Pisces. So trust your intuition. It certainly is not going to lead you astray at this time. This full moon is also very fated and karmic. So you're going to be making some changes that are karmic. At full moon time, things come to culmination. So you're going to be clearing away things that are fated or karmic that you're ready to rid yourself of. It no longer aligns with the energy that you've worked so hard over the eclipse season and this year in 2020 to bring to the surface that, like I said, it just no longer aligns with you. So now it's time to put that past behind us. Pisces is also the last sign of the zodiac. So what does that mean? Highly evolved. So highly evolved karmic energy to allow you to wash away, using the wonderful watery environment to wash it away, get it away from you. Let it go. Just let it go. It no longer aligns with you for your greatest good. And that will allow new beginnings to occur. Libra season is just a couple days away. And Libra season is cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is very forward thinking, new beginnings, forefront, wanting to take charge. So really allow this energy to wash away what no longer aligns with you so that you can fully step into Libra season using that cardinal energy to push you forward in a direction that aligns with your greatest good and aligns with you, so you feel very comfortable in that energy. Now, as well as the full moon today, it's a very busy day. We've got Venus, which is in Scorpio, is quincunx Chiron, which is retrograde. Chiron, the wounded healer. And whenever there's a retrograde, you need to pivot, take a look back. And there's several planets that will be retrograde in configurations this week. So we are going to be looking back a little bit. And then by Saturday, we're going to get some Mars energy that's going to help us pull forward. So allow yourself to look back a bit, drift back if you need to. But be true to yourself in the process, especially on this full moon day. It is a new day. It is, just because it happened in the past, the way that it happened in the past, doesn't mean that's the way it has to happen now. The past is done. This is a configuration that'll be easy, especially if you're relying on your intuition. These changes will come easy to you. It's almost like areas that were foggy are all of a sudden becoming clear. You're being driven to make changes that align with your greatest good, allowing yourself to let this full moon energy, this watery energy, and Chiron being quincunx Venus, to just strip away the things, the lessons that you've learned. Let the wounds heal. Chiron is the wounded healer, and it is in retrograde. So look back. Don't carry those wounds forward. It's time to let them go. You're healed. Allow this energy to heal you so that you can move forward. You know, last week we were asked to ask ourselves, is it worth it? Whatever we're doing, is it worth it? And now, does it work for you is the question this week I want you to pose. Does this situation you find yourself in, this relationship situation, whatever, is it working for you? Does it work for you? Because you're going to have the ability to make some changes relatively quickly. Now, later in the day today, we've got Mercury, which is in Libra and in shadow. We're going to talk about Mercury retrograde in a moment, but Mercury is in shadow, and it is slowing right down, getting ready to transition and go retrograde. So it is trine Jupiter, and Jupiter's in Aquarius, in the planet of expansion. So it's going to allow us, with this Mercury retrograde season upon us, or very close, it's going to want us to pivot. We want to look back a little bit with relative to mercurial energy so that we can make moves forward that are aligned, educated, and informed. Great for business decisions later in the day and through tomorrow morning. We're going to have some clarity that's going to come in again to help us wash things away and align with what works for us now. And if the more we clear away, the more we allow the things that work for us now to come sliding in. Now, on Wednesday, which is the 22nd, we get to say happy birthday to Libra. It is also the fall equinox, which is important. I already discussed the cardinal energy coming in, but Libra is all about equilibrium and justice and relationships as well. Relationships, how they fit into your life, how you see them. And with the equinox, it's interesting. I go into great detail when it was the spring change of seasons. So you might want to go back to that video, but I'll touch on it a little lightly here for us now. At the time of the equinox, both spring and fall, the geomagnetic disturbances are heightened. The poles, the geomagnetic field at the poles thins out at this time. So we're getting a lot of more intense photon energy. You could get headaches. You may be experiencing migraines. If that's the case, cover your crown chakra. But this time is just think about that. So we've got Libra energy, cardinal energy coming in, taking charge. We've got the equinox that's now switching up some energy, allowing more photon energy to come in that we can tap into. It also has a tendency to see some earth events, so be aware, earthquakes, volcanoes, that sort of thing. But again, no worry, that's 3D. 5D, use this energy, this very strong energy at the time of the equinox to your advantage, and you will be successful in doing that. We will get some clarity here at this time. We've kind of been in a fog, I have to say, especially for myself, and areas that seemingly were predestined, that these cycles have been in place for 20 years plus, and I'm getting clarity, very, very, very strong, vivid clarity in both information, communications, but also my observation. It's allowing me to transform. It's allowing me to really say to myself, is this going to work for me? Does it really work for me? Does it align with who I am? And this Mercury retrograde season is, which, like I said, is right around the corner. The focus of that Mercury retrograde season is, leaving the power struggle behind. If it doesn't align with us, if it doesn't work for us, we're going to have all the energy necessary to leave leave the power struggle behind. Now, let me get back on track. So Thursday on the 23rd, we've got Venus in Scorpio that is going to oppose Uranus. Now, and Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Typically, when there's an opposition, I might caution you because there could be some difficult energy. You can really use this energy to your benefit. It's going to be a day of interesting relationship dynamics and interactions and unexpected changes relative to money and relationships that just come out of the blue. Remember, we've got Uranus here. And because it's retrograde, we're going to be pivoting, we're going to be reviewing, we're going to be looking at things. And we're going to take a look back. But we're going to, because it's opposing Uranus, we're going to look for that middle ground. Use this energy to your advantage, look for the middle ground, and then take action. Move forward with relationship issues and money issues. Because it's an opposition, it doesn't necessarily have to be a difficult thing. Just if things pop up, use it to your advantage on this day. Then on Saturday, super excited for Saturday, because Saturday we've got Mars in Libra, which is going to trine Saturn in Aquarius, and Saturn is also retrograde. So this message came through very clear to me. So it is taking disciplined action with balance in mind, because we've got Libra, so balance and harmony. So looking back, taking disciplined action with balance and harmony in mind, so we can have success in overcoming obstacles, blocks, restrictions, and boundaries for the long haul. We've got Saturn here, folks, so we're in it to win it. And this is our day that we'll have the energy necessary. We've got Mars to push us forward and do the things that we need to do for our greater good. Wash it away today. Let that energy just flow through you. Get rid of the things that don't really align, and then just know on Saturday, if you haven't reached those conclusions on what it is that works for you, by Saturday, you're going to be full head of steam to move forward and align with the things that are good for you. Now, on the 26th, which is Sunday or Monday, depending on where you live, Mercury retrograde season begins. Mercury officially goes retrograde in Libra. So, again, we're looking back. It's Mercury retrograde season, and I feel very, very different about this Mercury retrograde season. I started feeling it almost a month ago, actually, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, perhaps, that this is a very, very pivotal, good, powerful Mercury retrograde, where we can look back, not for the purpose of, geez, I keep bumping my leg on this table, I need to move it to a new location. No, this is going to allow us to look back and tweak and make changes so that we can align with our greater good. Typical to all Mercury retrograde seasons, I do say, be mindful of contracts. If you can avoid it, if you can put it off, till the first week of November after it comes out of shadow, that truly would be best. But if you can avoid it, go ahead and sign it. But just know we're in retrograde season. You will be reviewing whatever decision you make relative to contracts, travel, anything that Mercury governs. You'll be redoing it if you instigate that during Mercury retrograde season, versus revising or rethinking. If you are taking action on something, you will be revising, you will be reviewing at some later time once Mercury comes out of shadow. But we can look back. Remember, I spoke of early September, taking a note of what was happening at that time. So you're going to be reviewing that again. So what was heavily on your mind first part of September? Because I can reassure you right now, by the time this weekend hits, early next week, you're going to be reviewing it and thinking about it completely differently. And it could be anything that was of interest to you at that time. Oh, one more thing I want to note. With relative to communications, just like any Mercury retrograde season, please review that email once, twice, 3 times, text message once, twice, 3 times. Be mindful of your words. Clear, concise communication is always a challenge during Mercury retrograde season, so be mindful of that. But most importantly, too, this Mercury retrograde season is going to allow us to leave the power struggle behind. This is a Mercury retrograde in Libra. It's all about equilibrium, justice, relationships. So we're going to find where we need balance. And we're going to be looking back and reviewing so that we can achieve that balance and leave the power struggle behind during this Mercury retrograde season. So that's all I have for you this week. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a great week. Again, very emotional, can be very emotional, but it's also very, very pivotal. If you find yourself getting emotionally unbalanced or emotionally charged, take a step back. Self-care is always important here, and but it can be a very transformational week as well. We're getting a lot of good pivots with the astrological energy supporting those pivots so that we can make transformational changes. Take time to be still. Again, we're talking Pisces, so creative energy, art, creative, outside, be in nature. I mean, look at this. This is such a wonderful environment for transformational change. Take time for yourself. Be true to yourself, and take disciplined, educated action. After you do those reviews and pivots, preferably on Saturday, but if you are instigated to do it before then, that just means that you're pulling in that Mars energy in advance, and after you've cleared out what you needed to at the time of the full moon. So thank you so much. If you like this video, please click the like button, and if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, please do share. And if you want to know when the video is being dropped, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll know when it's being dropped. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous week, and namaste.